right now. Need crew up right now, cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm two up right now. Two up right now.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Four down, check, four down. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get off the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26.
13.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
11.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
20! 180! Strip that ball. Go ahead. 11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gun! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
And they'll run it here. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll look to throw here. And his pass incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Eric Armstead in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there. And this is a pretty good kick. And this is taken at the 23. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
21. Here we go.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Over!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Point after, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch it now, Barney. Switch it.
Now they try the right side here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let him, and that's caught inside the 30. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
11.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play down, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Watch it now, Barney.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back to throw here. Just keeping the play alive. And this will be caught at the 30. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play here for the Cowboys. 48 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 11. I got you. 12, fellas, here we go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's let it, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Cooks, 76 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey! Back 99 Philly, here we go! I got 11.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Watch it now, Barney.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Leopard. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Watch it now, Barney. Check hot route. Hot. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Three down. Motion. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Hurry up. To the right.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Flushed out right. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first, and it's 3rd down now. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Niners on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll run it here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Check, Patriot!
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Watch you now, Barney!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
87's mom. Don't worry about that. Watch quick.
Watch you now, Barney.
on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
51 to fight, boy. 51. Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney. Barney!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long.
No. Check. Patriot. No. Off. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
7 yards on the play, and it's a second down. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Garoppolo just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action. Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Leopard! Leopard!
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 now, but we got to stand up over there. Hey, watch it. Check. Motion out of the backfield.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Check.
Detroit!
Go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Slam!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay?
That's true.
So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. But on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys?
Not necessarily.
You find the best guys, plug them in on your O-line.
Right. As a general rule now, you're a lot more balanced on your offensive line. It might still lean towards your best pass blocker on the left side.
Sure.
But not necessarily all the time.
Here we go.
One set. Eyes up. One set. Watch 88.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The Niners on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Right side here, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 4 down.
4 fellas. Here we go.
Undercrush.
Stay hot.
36.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Now they try the right side here. Able to make one man miss, but he will be corralled around the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he fields it cleanly. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay now.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they'll go on the ground. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
3 down.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Going up top. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 12. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
4 down. Check.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Over!
Check nickel.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And the 49ers going to take another timeout, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on the
11.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Out left side here to Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And across the chalk into the end zone is a 49er touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Got some real estate inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to